Wrist check before we do today's review. I am wearing the 116710LN, the black GMT Master 2. And today we're looking at a different sport GMT watch. This one is the Zelos Thresher 500 meter GMT. Full retail price as shown is $749. It comes in a few different colors. It comes in green, black. I have the blue in front of my camera. You can opt for a mother of pearl dial or a meteorite dial, which is really interesting. And Zelos, I've got to say, they are one of my favorite micro brands because they bring the value punch, they bring the value proposition to the table for the prices that they charge. You always get a lot of heft and excellent luminescence from this brand when you purchase a watch. I like the wood presentation box, the addition of a Tropic strap, the copper machined warranty card, the leather watch roll. I think, you know, they do bring a lot for the retail price, and this one is no different. We have an ETA 2893 Elabor grade with a custom rotor movement here. We have a texturized sandwich dial. The bracelet is held together via screws. Each one of these links is a separate piece of stainless steel, so it's fully articulating. And we have a new clasp here, which I think is one of the highlights of the watch. It's a push button with a micro adjustment system, fully milled. So really, I think even for $750 full retail price, there's a lot to enjoy here, as always with a Zelos watch. Now, before we get into the good and the bad, I want to let you guys know that Zelos gifted me this blue dial Thresher as a thank you for doing this presentation, and I'm going to pass that kindness forward to the members of my exclusive Patreon group. So if you're interested, I'll put a link in the description if you want to join up and check it out for a month. Next week, I'm just going to pick at random with a random number generator a member of the group to enjoy the watch. I'm going to send it, the box, the strap, the warranty card, everything. You can do with it as you wish. It's a no strings attached giveaway. So that's available for those that are interested. Big thank you to Zelos for allowing this to happen. Now let's begin with the dimensions and some of the specifications. I'll place them here on the screen and kind of talk about the way this wears, the way this sits and fits on wrist. For your guys' reference, my wrists are 7.25 inches in circumference, and I do enjoy a hefty, large sport watch. Maybe not every day, but certainly there are days where I just want something eye-catching, eye-grabbing with nice facets and light play. And this fits the bill. I especially like the texturized sandwich dial with the stencil Arabics here mixed in with the rectangular cutouts for the lume. That one is C3 behind, or actually below the dial there. Then you'll also notice a variation of BGW9. So there is a bicolor lume application, and in natural light, there will be some orange accenting with the GMT feature, the running seconds hand, and the outer step of the stainless steel bezel track here. So overall, I think the look is nice. One of the interesting elements is the irregular shape of the end link. We kind of have a modified W style or form between the case and that end link, and so that just adds some nice visual interest. And if you take off the stainless steel bracelet, you won't have any issues attaching the Tropic strap, the universal strap, or if you want to place this on leather or NATO. So the irregular shape doesn't impede the use of, you know, customizing a different option wearing the watch. It's just some more visual interest, and I kind of enjoy it. Now, there is one element to this watch that I've found a bit annoying. I think it's the biggest negative or drawback here, and that is the anti-reflective treatment. There is just application on the underside of this domed sapphire crystal. So I don't know, you probably have been able to tell throughout the course of this review, there is a lot of reflections with that treatment on the underside. So, you know, you're not going to be marring or scratching an application on the top of the crystal, but there is some give and take with the amount of reflections. And actually, it's kind of given my camera some fits as I've tried to get outside shots. Even here inside the room where I'm filming, you guys can see a little bit of the reflections of the studio lights in the windows, so it can present some legibility issues, and I think it's something that you should be aware of. Now, that being said, if that is the biggest drawback or negative element, this is a pretty impressive watch. And so let's talk about the movement. We have, again, an ETA 2893, which is nice to see, and I can focus in here where you guys can actually see the ETA logo, which is always fun to look at. This is the Elabor grade finish. We have a custom rotor in the bronze tone where you guys can see a Zelos signature and then kind of an elongated view of the globe, which is fitting for the fact that this is a GMT watch, and I like that little attention to detail. Now let's take a look at the lume shot. This is always one of the highlights of a Zelos watch. They are very generous when it comes to the amount of luminescent formula that they put in their watches. This is no exception. I like the bicolor application. I like how potent it is. I like the longevity. And if we turn the watch over on the side, you guys can notice the signed Zelos logo in the crown that's lumed. This is something that they will do with every one of their sport watches, and I've become accustomed to seeing it. I like seeing the lumed crown. It really has no purpose apart from being visually cool, you know, noticing it in low light. But anyways, let's zoom out and let's talk about a few of the other features as we wrap up the video. I'm going to show you the best thing or the most exciting thing about this watch release, and that is the new clasp. So let me pull it up in front of the camera, give you guys a good look at it. To me, this reminds me a lot of the Christopher Ward clasps that you will find on their dive watches. You have pretty large function pushers on either side of the clasp, and you compress them. You guys can see it's a milled center folding portion. And if we turn the watch over on the side, you guys can see this is all milled. And then notice this horizontal bar or tab on the underside of the clasp. If you push that up, you engage the micro adjustment system, which is great. So you don't need a tool in order to get that little bit of travel or adjustability, either making it longer or making it a little shorter, depending on, you know, if your wrist expands or contracts during the day as you're using the watch. So I really like the new clasp here, and the feel and the action, the sound, the fact that we have the Zelos logo here. That's all very nice to see. Now, just in closing, let me put this watch back down on the wood presentation box. One thing to be aware of with the Thresher 500 meter GMT, you won't find any polishing here. You're gonna find brushing and matte finishing. And so if you like a little bit of pop, pizzazz, and finesse of a high polished facet or surface, just be aware this one does not carry that. This is a true tool watch, and it kind of plays up that tool aesthetic. So I would recommend, if you need that little bit of finesse and shine, make sure you have a watch in your rotation that you can switch in between that carries the high polish, so you don't get that toolish fatigue that sometimes can set in when you wear one sport watch repeatedly that doesn't carry a mix of different surfaces and finishing. So that concludes my presentation of the Zelos 500 meter GMT. I really like the ETA movement. I really like the new clasp, the lume, the originality, the entire package, right? From the box to the warranty card to the extra strap and the travel roll. I do enjoy Zelos, and I always have, and I look forward to reviewing more Zelos in the future. They are one of my favorite micro brands. So again, giveaway will be in the Patreon group next week. Link in the description if you're interested in coming and spending a month in there and you know, having an opportunity to win the watch, no strings attached. So thanks for watching, guys. Reach out with questions, and I'll see you in the next video.